you guys got to understand, and this goes to every single person listening to this. Any type of combat sport, the biggest threat is not getting beat up. It's that fucking scale. And if you don't have the right approach to it and you don't have mentorship around it and education, that thing can come back and kill you. And it's a very sneaky way that it happens because it's not in the culture. It's not talked about a lot. Everybody eats. Like, it's not like, you're drinking 100 beers and like all of a sudden you can't stop and, everyone can see that you're a disaster, right? But the scale will sneak up on you in such a serious way that all of a sudden it's just this life and you're like, holy shit, how did I get here? My kid wrestles two weights underneath what he needs to be. I don't even have a scale in the house because it doesn't matter what he does. He never needs to think about that scale. So like we're talking about almost 3 decades here that I've had to worry about that scale, been against that scale, had to manipulate my weight in some different aspect to go compete. And then I have to go in and compete. Like you still have to go fight. That's the fight before the fight. You still have to go in and fight the best people in the world. So like I look back to 2018, okay? The paramedics pulled me out of my hotel room like basically lifeless and dead, right? But say they didn't. Say I did get on the scale. Say I got on the scale because you weigh in 24 hours before the fight in that state, and then I'm like trying to slam water. I'm trying to gorge myself in food to feel better. Well, guess what? 24 hours later, I got to go fight. And not only do I got to fight one of the best kids in the world who was the champion at the time who's trying to kill me. So in 24 hours of basically starving myself, almost being dead, do you think there's any part of me that would have been able to perform? Of course, I'm a fighter. Like I've been waiting for that moment for my whole life. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm getting in the ring, baby. I'll get in the ring with a crutch. I don't give a shit. Like I'm going out in my shield. There's nothing about me that's missing that opportunity I waited for. I don't care. Universal power. Did they take me out of that fight because they knew I would have went in there? I don't know. But like you always look like, I think that's why sports with scales or anything related to body images or the way you need to look or the way you need to feel, but you have to do it the right way. And there has to be education around the scale and around what you're doing to your body and how you're doing it to get in the ring or to get in the octagon. That's one of the biggest things I do now when I talk to like all these athletes or I come in as a keynote speaker. It's like, hey, listen, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you have education on this because, 10 years later, you wake up, stuff could be a lot different if you're only thinking for what you're doing right now.